Any company that has a long-term history has to evolve with the marketplace, the technology, and with the customer set's needs and requirements.
ViON's history is all around data storage. But ViON had a very different approach to that resale business. And essentially that just meant asking our customer, what else can we do for you? It's not just the installation of a piece of equipment or meeting some contractual obligations. It's having a discussion about what's next.
Relevancy is being able to follow the changes by states and by federal government. It's by changing with the marketplace and the requirements, and it's also building a partner infrastructure to follow that.
As we moved through the years providing storage as a service to our customers, TrueCloud came to the market, and the customer's attention turned to, well, what about processor as a service? What about a platform as a service? Absolutely, we can give you a virtual environment that you pay for what you use, and we'll help and we'll share in the risk. We'll assume the financial risk, and we'll take that gamble that you're going to use this and find it valuable.
When we kick off an as-a-service program, there's a lot in the beginning really helping them streamline how they consume, because there's existing purchase order processes. We alleviate the need for RFIs, RFPs, for vendor evaluation matrices and things of that nature. We've done all of that up front. So we give them a contract vehicle that they can consume against.
The acquisition of cloud capabilities is one of the most important and one of the most challenging aspects of cloud in the federal space. You've got thousands of contracting officers in the government, and access to these cloud capabilities through contracts such as the GSA schedule, NIH's CIO-CS and CIO-SP3, and NASA's SOUP are critical. And that's the way many of our customers get to us. So we need to make sure we're available on those vehicles as a prime or a partner, and in this case, ViON's available as a prime on all of those contracting vehicles, and that helps us have a smarter and better acquisition discussion with our customers.
Infrastructure as a service model would be where a customer needs to maintain control of that user interface. They're developing their own custom app. They might be doing something that, geological study, and they have their own proprietary intellectual information. So they're not going to go out and sell it to others. They're going to build it and maintain it themselves. So they'll ask for an infrastructure as a service so they can grow and contract as needed. Platform as a service is where they're looking for a portal. They're looking for, certain applications. One of the examples I use is our big data analytics. Our big data analytics can be purchased as an appliance, or you can buy that appliance in an on-demand model. And that on-demand model is as a service. So that would be more of a platform as a service, because you're getting a platform that has big data analytics with intellectual property and algorithms to do your big data analysis. Those type of things are where we're helping customers streamline. It's really a business discussion and really helping them with the business model.
You need to have the right platform for the right workload.
So that's where we really work with the customer on defining what the needs are, defining what the requirements and the deliverables to their constituents, and then we help them determine which cloud they can put that workload into.
The benefit of the public cloud is this inexpensive, well-defined resource that is available when you need it for things such as development, testing. I've got a new application, or I've got a new system I need to build, and I need a real environment quickly.
Public clouds are really a swipe and go. You can go in there with you yourself or myself, can grab my credit card and we can log onto the portal and we can consume resources. It's very advantageous because it's immediate. There's no planning needed. I can get something up and running almost instantaneously. I only pay for it as long as I use it. So there's all of this investment out in the industry. We don't see the need to re-establish that investment. We want to leverage, and we work with our partnership organizations to really establish a relationship with those public cloud providers.
Private cloud is more flexible. You can either have it off-premise or on-premise, but it's more flexible. You can actually dictate what's in that environment.
What we do differently for our clientele is we give them the true cloud consumption, take it, give it back, pay for what you use, but we will put that infrastructure in their premises, behind their firewalls. So we address the data sovereignty issues that everybody's up against today. That's truly the infrastructure as a service, and you have all your support staff, so you don't have to reallocate resources. A lot of times you'll hear the term hybrid cloud. And a hybrid cloud is a combination thereof, public and private.
And to me, that's really the best of both worlds, because certain applications can reside in the public cloud, no problem. But legacy applications, particularly if they're 10, 15 years old, have specific requirements.
When I see a hybrid, then I translate that. I've designed and built my application in the public cloud. And there may be certain components of it that I leave in that cloud because it makes sense for these components of the application to run there. But I really want most of the application and data stored on my location or at my hosting location.
We really believe, and we've seen with our partners, that the hybrid model is the way to go. And our customers have been pretty much demanding that.
How does my organization now manage cloud capabilities instead of the traditional, well, I'm used to administering a system or administering storage, now I've got to manage a cloud resource. The beauty of our offerings for our customers, the real value is our flexibility.
We're unique in how we run our professional services and managed services business. We're very customer focused. We come in and you do an overall assessment.
We define the functions. We work with the customer to define the volume of resource and activity.
We bring in the right engineers and we architect a solution and really identify where those gaps are. With the ever-changing IT environment and the technologies and how quickly they change, customers are really looking for ViON to come in and help them manage that business. Managed services is more operational, it's more ongoing. We have people on the ground who can help manage that day to day, right? Whether it's through reporting or management of the technology and being really integrated in the customer's environment.
We have a whole suite of managed services, capacity management, remote monitoring, systems administration.
Something that makes ViON stand out from everybody else is our 24/7 support center. It's not something that every integrator has, and it's a huge piece of our business and helping our customers stay successful. Cloud professional services is more about deployment. So, ViON brings our team in and we can accelerate the implementation and the integration of that technology into your environment quickly. We bring in a team to help you do that. And that includes design and architecture of that environment.
When you get beyond infrastructure as a service and beyond a managed service and you're into really thinking about doing it differently or on a much larger scale, it's our professional services folks that can help define where those workloads can run best, what level of managed service is most efficient, and where essentially where all the value is for these services that you want to consume as a customer.
Having the right people, having expert engineers, having project managers help you manage that from beginning to end, and they're able to help you stay relevant and move forward into kind of the new era.
The traditional way of buying things was I'm going to buy this box and I've got to think about, okay, I've got this much money to spend on it and I have this much capacity that I'm going to need over the next 2 years, so I'm going to find some more money and I'm going to buy the capacity I think I need for the next 2 years right now. That means I'm going to be buying a lot of capacity that I don't use.
A pay-as-you-go model is strictly that. It's you ask for infrastructure, your provider would give you that infrastructure platform in your premise or as publicly accessible through a private network or a public network, whichever one you choose. But you will only pay for the amount and the time that you use that amount.
It's a financial and operational model to help customers get to where they need to be sooner.
There's no cap, there's no term like a lease, right? So you go into it and you say, I want 10 compute resources and I want 100 terabytes of data for those 10 compute resources. I go and use them for 2 months and I can give them back. I will get a bill on a monthly basis for the consumption that I did for that 100 terabytes and those 10 compute platforms for those 2 months. That's all I need to pay for. The panacea is being able to have a cockpit, we refer to it as a portal, and being able to consume on demand at an instant's notice.
We're working on the second generation of our portal, and we're working to deliver a completely automated workflow. So it provides our customers with billing information, consumption information, with funding information, so they can see at any time how much have they bought, how much is on their floor, how much are they consuming where, even public cloud consumption.
It all comes down to customer service.
You have to know about the technology, you have to know how to manage and deploy it, you have to know about the finances, but if you don't have the underlying relationships and the underlying ability to talk with your customers and to show them how this will help them and to respond to their questions and requirements and their problems, you're not going to be very successful.
Customer service is a big, broad discussion, but I can probably boil it down to, in a couple of terms, is responsiveness. Responsiveness and knowing that they care. Knowing that they care about my crucial businesses that I've entrusted them to provide.
That's what makes ViON so great. It really is razor focused on meeting the customer's needs first.
It's all about customer success. If your customer's not successful, you can't be.